Hi everyone, I'm Laura. Welcome back to my channel. You're seeing a bunch of stuff here in front of you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know I said in one of my videos I was going to discuss how things went last weekend, and I keep forgetting to. So we're going to discuss that along with the title of this video, which is my beading journey, and that I know a lot of people say, I can never make jewelry. I can't do it. I could never do something like that. Start little. Start with what you really want to work on. Work on a few pieces. Learn as you go. It is definitely a growing and learning process. So, that's kind of where I wanted to start. And now I do things like bead weaving and making bracelets, and that one fancy, if I can find a picture of it, I'll put it here, that bead weave necklace that's like a choker, and it's beautiful. It's in that red, with that red drop. And the whole beading community is fabulous, and there's always videos to look at, to learn from, and there's so many people out there to watch and learn and see each person's style, and each person has their own style and how to make things. So, how did I do Saturday? I did wonderful. So, I think while I'm talking, I'm just going to make something. I have all these that I got at a yard sale, along with a strip from Jesse James Beads Walmart things. And then I have some more up here. I think we'll just get these out and make something. It was an 11-hour day, start to finish, from the time we got there to the time we left here to the time we got home. Because I took my car, it was loaded, and Alan had his car. And let's see what I have in here. These are gold. I don't know what we're going to use yet. I just want to revisit so we see what we have. And it was, I got set up very quickly. I think we're going to use these. And I think we were set up for the most part by 8 o'clock. I did some fiddly stuff because we had to be set up by 9. I think we're going to make a bracelet. So, whoops. He went right on down. That's okay. It was an oddball, I think. I think we'll go ahead and use that bunny rabbit charm. We'll see. Probably could be making a little girl's, I don't know. We'll probably just do a bracelet. So it wasn't quite time, really actually time to set up, for the whole thing to start. And I had already made my first sale. It wasn't a big one. A little girl came by, and she had purchased she purchased a bracelet. And when little girls and that come around, I usually do like a discount kind of thing. So anyhow, that was my first sale of the day. I don't really want to add green to that. Let's go ahead and get some of these out, because these look like they'll match it better. So yeah. I think we'll get these little melons out and put them each on there. It was busy. It stayed busy all day. There were a lot of you know, it's harvest time, so there's a lot of farmers' wives and stuff that were not able to come, because, you know, they're out there in the field with their husbands. So, you know, that's the way it is. They're out there working right alongside of them. Don't need that. That's way too big to put in here. I think that'll be big enough. That's got to go back in there. Because I want to show you with stuff that you can readily find, like at Walmart or something, we're going to use this. This can be found at either Walmart, or you can find it at Hobby Lobby, and you can find them in different colors. So I'm cutting off like probably 9 inches or so. And that's what I'm going to do, is just cut off a nice length. And that's why I'm using these Jesse James bead packs, window packs that you get at Walmart. Anyway, so you can pretty much guess that it was pretty slow. You know, there was not as many people as there normally would be. I'm going to hang this, but you can see how this loop is this way. We need a loop to go this way, so we're going to need a jump ring. I'm going to be using silver findings. So it wasn't real slow, but it was I want a 6mm. Let me show you this. So if you're just coming out of my channel, these are from Bead Box. These are 20mm, and these are 6 gauge. And this is what I'm talking about, how much better these can be. So if you go to Bead Box Bargains, the sister site, once you join, you can look for these items. And I really do want to add, and you can buy bead caps at Walmart that look, whoops, he belongs over there, quite a bit like these. So we're just going to add some bead caps because I am going to sell this piece. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that'll work. I just wanted some kind of decoration. Alright, so anyways, we're going to go ahead. I'm debating, because I want to make this as easy as possible. If you go, I don't know where you're going to get your supplies at, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you these. They're also available at Bead Box Bargains. When you get stuff from, do I have them in silver? I don't, but I have them in this color. We're going to use these because when you go to Walmart, you can buy your crimp beads, and you're going to get round ones, you're going to get, you know, crimp tubes, whatever. I'm going to use these from P.O Box Bargains. So I'm going to get a couple out because we're going to need them. Alright, so these are our clamshells. If you do join P.O Box Bargains, you can get these. They're really, really sturdy. These are 7 by 4.5, I believe, and they're steel. They're really, really strong. If you go to Hobby Lobby, you can buy them. Walmart does not carry these, but you can just get really good crimp tubes and roll them over, or you can try to think of what else you could do. You can wrap them around your wrap them around the loop part of this, and wrap them around your jump ring, which we're going to need a jump ring. And I thought I had a 6mm out. I did. I got a 6mm out for that, but not for this. So what I am going to get out is a 7mm. You can see there is a slight size difference. And this is also like a 20 gauge. Okay. So it was a really, really good show. Even though I didn't have a lot of people, I did $172. It was a slow day for sure, but busy, nonstop, which made a difference. We're going to put all of our findings up there. We're going to start by putting our bunny on here. You're going to take your jump ring, and we're going to put it in our bent channels pliers like that. We've got our opening of our jump ring there, and we're going to take our regular flat pliers, and we're going to open this, and we're going to twist it. We're not going to bend it, we're not going to pull it, we're just going to twist. We're going to put our bunny rabbit on, and then when we close this, we want to make sure that we, oops, it slid. Close this, and you'll hear that click. That's the two pieces of that jump ring coming together. And then you want to make sure that it is closed all the way. Let's see if I can get him laid on my hand where you can see. So that he doesn't come off the wire. Okay. Because I have planned this out in the length I want, we're going to go ahead and close one end, or we can clip one end. This way, if we need to make adjustments, we can. So, because I have this planned out, we're just going to bead it on. We're just going to pick up our beads one at a time. Get him back out of our way. And you always want to make sure that if you're using a really thick, like a string or something, whoops, I wanted to put on our bead caps. You always want to go through your bead cap so that your bead cap faces your bead, unless you're doing something different with your bead caps. So that they're on your bead like that. They actually add a little bit to your, you know, more on your beads, and, you know, give it a little more length to your piece. So yes, I made $172, which was really good for the amount of people that came. Hour-wise, if I took off how much I spent to be there, the amount of my booth, and then you see how the bunny rabbit now hangs down below those beads. You can see that. And then you figure the cost of the items that were sold, and then divide that by how many hours it was from start to finish. So 11 hours minus the cost of my setup, which was $25, minus the cost of the items that were sold, because some of the items were kind of higher cost items, and I did bring the prices down a little bit, had some sales on a few things, so you have to take all that into consideration. I think average hourly amount that I made was about $7, maybe $8 an hour. But that's normal for a crafting event. You definitely could not live off from what a crafter makes. So, it is definitely something you do out of love for your craft, and so that you're not just building up items that you don't sell. You know, you make jewelry and then suddenly you realize you've got 1,000 pieces. Now see, I have plenty of room to put more items on here. So let's go back and revisit my little dishes here. I have this and I have these. I don't think I want to put any gold on here, so let's go back to this and keep it kind of that cream color. Let's get this out of the way. That's that flat one. I don't want to do that. I don't know if I really want to do a really big one. Oh look, we have tiny baby ones. Let's get a couple of those out. So let's see. Let's see if I have 4 tiny baby ones. So if I put tiny baby one and then one of these, tiny baby one of those on each side. Let's see how that looks and see how much that actually gives us. It may be too much. So let's go find a little hole. Once I do one side, I'll know. Let's put it around, because we have to do all of our clasping and things. So let's take that bead off and then go from that to a tiny baby one, another cream, and a tiny baby. Oh, I like that. All right, let's see how that does. I think that'll be perfect. So let's go ahead and slide this down. We're going to clip off the other end. I'm going to take this bead off. We're going to go and put these 3 on. Now, I have a somewhat large wrist, so I don't really want this to fit me. And you want to take in consideration your wrist size, or if you're making this for someone else. And we're going to try this on. I think that's going to be more than enough. So we're going to go ahead and finish this. We're going to put on the clamshell through the bottom to that little hole. And then we're going to grab our crimp bead. And we're going to put it on the end. I'm grabbing my bent chain nose pliers. I'm going to grab it, bring it up there, and we're going to bring it right up to the end, and we're going to mash it down. We're not crimping it, we're just mashing it down, and we need to make sure it stays on there. Now I have some Coriana chain that I had some issues with, and I think it's because I got the smaller Coriana chain. Now because this is the steel, they really are sturdy. I did a tug test to make sure it's on there tight, and I'm going to close this. These close really hard. These from Bead Box, so there we go. Close it good. If you have the thinner ones, you want to be careful closing that. And then we're going to let these all come all the way down to the bottom. Going to get these beads out of our way. And we're going to give it a swirl so it's rounded. But we don't want a lot of space. We're going to drop on the next clamshell. And then we're going to put our next crimp bead on. And let it go all the way down inside that clamshell. I'm going to put my finger down here to kind of steady my jewelry. My clamshell has the crimp bead in it. I'm going to reach down inside of that clamshell. I'm going to get a hold of that crimp bead. I'm going to kind of push it down in. Whoops, I slipped. And then I'm going to squish it. And now that I know it's not going anywhere, everything wants to spin, I can let go, hold on to the bracelet, and get everything to stay put, and finish smashing down that crimp bead. You want to make sure it's around that wire really good, especially the thinner wire like this. Otherwise your piece will fail. I'm going to give it a tug test. I do have a little bit of play here, and that's okay. When I close this, it's going to take up a little bit of that space. And I'm going to trim this, but I'm not going to cut it all the way back to that crimp bead. Get that out of the way. And these are some pretty big beads, so when we go to bend these, it's going to take up a lot of that space. We're going to close this. And don't get angry with yourself if that's really stiff. If you do have a little bit of space, you can always put, if it bothers you, get some crimp bead covers, put that in there. But if you'll notice, when we go to turn this, that space is gone, that little piece of wire that was showing. Now we're going to put our lobster on, and we're going to put our jump ring on it. We're going to clasp into. So again, we're going to open up our 4mm jump ring, twist it open. We're going to put our loop on that's on our clamshell. We're going to put our lobster on, and then we're going to close it. I'm going to make sure it's closed. It's kind of wonky. He's missed his spot. There we go. And then we're going to grab our big jump ring. This is like, I believe a 7mm. Might be an 8. I think it's a 7. We're going to open it, but it's a nice thick, like either, I don't know if it's a 20 gauge or maybe 18. And we're going to put it on, close it, and then we are going to reach over, open the lobster, and there we have made a beautiful little bracelet. And nothing really special got used. And I let you know how I made out with my stuff from setting up at the pumpkin festival. And so yeah, it was a pretty good day. I do have my Craftica coming, so stay tuned, because there is Halloween items in there, and I don't have a place to set up next month, the rest of this month, so I may do a Claim It live thing, because I'll be making some Halloween themed items, and I don't want them sitting around. I'd like to be able to get them out to people. So thank you for watching, everybody, and again, all the links for Bargain Bead Box and Craftica will be down in the video if you would like to. If you're starting your beading journey and you want to know how you get beads without spending, I used to go to Hobby Lobby and spend $50 on just like 4 or 5 strands of beads and things like that, come out with this tiny little bag and not really be able to make a whole lot of stuff. So guys, and that was even with a 50% off sale. So yeah, and I was buying, you know, honestly, the stuff wasn't all that wonderful. I think I actually still have several of those pieces left. So thank you for hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you. Again, all that stuff plus the coupon code for Bead Box Bargains to save you $2 off your first month. It's all below. Love you guys, and I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. Bye, guys.